Smart. Yeah, and be
You
smart.
mean?
I think the thing is people, and this goes into a conversation that I actually got into the other day on a live. I'm not going to mention names. I don't want anybody to feel offended, but I'm on the live. I went on the live and I heard things about finance, and I thought, okay, let me, be involved in this. It's about finance. Maybe it's about financial literacy and people being smart about their money. It didn't turn out to be that way. It turned out to be more about what I got and what you don't got, and triggering people who maybe make less than me or whatever the case may be. And I don't talk about what's in my account, whether it be nothing or whether it be a lot. Yeah, I don't have those conversations. It was a time where I was arrogant as shit. Raph will tell you, I was one of the most arrogant motherfuckers in the world, and nothing humbled me. It was just my mindset changed. But it was just a thing where I tell a dude straight up, like, bro, you don't live like me. Get out of here. You ain't in my tax bracket. Shit like that. That you just like, that don't make no fucking sense. Like that. Like, what are you talking about, Zeke? Like, stop. And even if I was making more money than other people, then what does that mean to somebody else? So I learned very quickly, like, that's not the way to be. That's not the way to treat people. That's not how you should talk to people, and so on and so forth. But in this live, there's a lot of triggering going on, which I don't really like that word, but that's what was being said. And there was a particular female on there who was she went on the live with this other female, and she was saying, I could give you a house tour. I drive a big boy car, Oh, look, these guys are triggered. And she said the dumbest shit I'd ever heard. She said, and you're going to laugh about this because I know you're going to get it straight away. You're not going to get it straight away because you're going to be like, what the fuck does that even mean? But you're going to understand. She said, look at these guys in the comments. They're triggered because they use Android.
No, I get it.
And I was like,
I get it.
And I did this. I swear to God when she said it. And I'm on the live on my phone. And I turned my phone around. I was just like, now let me get my bag just a little bit. This phone, if it wasn't on contracts, like 1,500 pounds, my dude. It does things the iPhone could only dream about doing. And it's an Android phone. It's an Android is a system, as a person that I know put out. He said, but wait, Android's an operating system. He said it in the comments, and I was crying. But it's almost the idea to say, and this I know that she's not as smart as she's trying to put on. You're just saying things to try and upset people, but that didn't make any fucking sense. Also, that's just like, oh, look at them, they're triggered, they live in a house.
Also, as well, they're like, that person that said that, is following a culture.
Depending on what culture you're following.
Personally, I've got a OnePlus phone. I'll jump to OnePlus. I'll jump to Android if I was you iPhone people out there. But if you own an iPhone, Rachel owns an iPhone.
I'm not against Apple. I have a Mac. I'm cool.
Yeah, same. I've got a MacBook Air that I'm streaming and stuff, right?
Yeah.
But there's a culture. People will stand outside the Apple store to get the new Apple phone, right?
Yeah. Or any phone.
Or any Apple products, right?
Just popular.
Not knowing what it does, right? But they just want the new one. They just want to say, I've got the new one, right? Doesn't make it like any better than any other phone.
I feel like if we got into that conversation, I asked her, okay, but what does your phone do that my phone can't do?
Yeah. Like,
she wouldn't be able to tell me anything about it, but it's the mentality that scares me, because it's like, I can give you a house tour. All right, cool. Let me get in my bag. I lived in an 8-bedroom house. You know what I'm saying? Like, I could give you a house tour of my house right now. You know what I'm saying? Like, I could just be like, yeah, well, I live on a private road. Like, that mentality has to change. And you're saying that to say, like, I've got money. I've got bread. Like, I'm good. I'm well off. But my thing is, my dude, if you got to talk about it, you really ain't got bread.
But you could ain't got bread. You could have, this is what I'm saying though. Like, you could easily, everything could just be rented, right? So it could not be your car. It could not be your house. It could not be your phone. Like, everything that you see, right, that someone has. It's a bit like rappers. When they have these old school videos, because obviously now they don't do videos.
Rappers
really don't do videos like that. But back in the day, when they used to have all these cars and stuff, those are not their cars.
They don't own them cars. That's rentals.
those are someone else's cars. They rent that from someone else. They pay money for someone else to rent those cars for that video, right?
And all that money they throw in, that's all play money, bro.
Yeah. So like when you see these things on Instagram, even like,
and we're not hating. I don't want somebody to come and go, oh, y'all hating. I'm not. Just real recognize is real.
Yeah.
If you're really about your money, you know that some guys probably do own a lot of cars. And I'm not saying, what have you. But if you really know about finance, that rapper would know, as smart as he is, it's not in my best interest to own all this shit. Exactly. The IRS or the Inland Revenue gonna come for me owning all this shit that essentially I'm not gonna drive all these cars. No rapper's really wearing all those chains around their house. People really have the perception these rappers have got like 20 chains on when they walk around their house. It's like, no, sometimes they rent that jewelry because there's no point owning all that damn jewelry. It's a lot of stuff. Half them jewelries cost what your house would cost or what my house would cost. And it's like, it's just not practical. So a lot of people get gassed off the ideas. Oh, I want to have that. I want to have this or what have you. You know what I'm saying? I bet you if I said to her, for instance, and then this is something like these things people just know or don't know. You're talking about, I could do this, I could do that, I could do that, I can show you this, I can show you that. And you're talking about people triggered. But my thing is, I can have a 42,000 pound Rolex sitting in my room right now. What you don't know about that Rolex is it doesn't depreciate.
Yeah.
What you don't know about that's actually a real investment. But I'm not going to talk about that because it's not important to talk about that. That stuff's not important. That's trinkets. That's fun. That's, there might be a day out of the year where me and Raph will have money and just be like, fuck it, we're just going to go shopping. We got money like that. We own our homes. We don't have nothing to worry about. Everything's cool. Family's cool. Kids are cool. I'm just going to go have some fun. But I'm not going to do that and then try and trigger somebody else. And the thing that bothered me about it, or triggered me about it, was if you're getting it, why don't you educate these dudes?
Yeah, like
help them get to where you are.
What are your friends saying? Like, do all your friends own a house and have a car? Like, if they don't, then what are you doing here? Yeah, what are you doing here?
You ain't good. You ain't wealthy because I always look at it like if the guys around me, you, Shaw Hill, and so on and so forth, what's the point of me being able to live at Disneyland and y'all can't at least live at Universal Studios? You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't understand the mentality of somebody who's going, maybe some people just by themselves and lonely, whatever, they make it their own way. And I get that. But I'm not going to do Bits Media, Blurred Line stuff and not call you and say, yo, Raph, man, you should jump on this. This could be major. Why would we should all be good. I want all of us to be happy. I want all of us, and I'm not talking money brings happiness. I'm just saying in the sense of, I want all of us to be well off so we don't have to worry about the little shit in life. Right now in life, we're worried about mortgages and bills and things of that nature. What about when you own your house outright and bills is just like you got an account that bills just come out of? You don't even, like, you just put money in that account every month. Direct order from your main account to that account that just takes care of bills. And the money's going to keep coming in because you know how you're moving. That's what we want to get to. When people talk about you're triggered, or, oh, this how I live. This, if you talk about it like that, I know you ain't getting it the way you're saying you're getting it. You just, you probably got a little bit and it's nice. You know what I'm saying? But you ain't got it at that level. But you can't talk to somebody else who's got a 9 to 5, who's busting their ass on 30K and say, that's no money. If you got 30K, you're broke. People are really saying that. These people are really saying that in that live. If you got 20K a year, you're broke. And it's just like, what are you talking about? You got to respect the fact that if somebody's working for 20K a year, they're working towards something. Yeah. Now, if they're not working towards something, I'm not going to call them broke. I'm just saying you need more ambition. But you're calling these people broke. Oh, you broke if you got 30K a year. You're broke if you're making 40K a year. How many people are making more than 40K a year in the UK?
The thing that I have to say to that is that, what is everyone meant to be? So if I do the steps that you've done, right, does that mean that I earn over 60K a year?
Apparently.
Like everyone can't earn the same amount of money. Everyone can't be a CEO. Everyone can't be a world leader. Like, that's just not the way that the world works, right? So you just got to do the best for you, right?
Bro.
And the best for your family.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm going to end on this. When I was younger, I'm not going to say my mom's name. I hate doing that. But when I was younger, my mom was on TV almost like every other week. My mom was on Top of the Pops or You know, for those who remember that show, or she was doing like a Good Morning Britain, or, you know, she was doing all these shows in different countries and stuff. And she put me in boarding school while I think that each term it was like $10K or something like that. Now, you would think, I at least thought at the time, being a kid, not knowing anything about finance, I thought we're rich. Because I went to school with kids who their parents were diplomats, and not diplomats like Jim Jones and Cameron and Joel Santana's, for those who probably out here lunching. I mean, actual country diplomats, like leaders and stuff like that. And I used to go to these people's houses. And man, oh man, I had never seen, it was like visiting Uncle Phil and Will Smith. I had never seen people's homes like this. I mean, I literally come from the dirt. I had never seen people who had an indoor pool and an outdoor pool. Had a butler. Had, you know, I had one, shouts out to him if he ever sees this. I had a friend who was from Africa, went to my school. His name is Adi Mola. And I went to his house one weekend, and I shit you not, I think he had like 10 rooms, 6 reception rooms, indoor and outdoor pool, like 3 kitchens, kitchen upstairs, kitchen at the top floor, kitchen in the middle floor, and kitchen, the normal family kitchen. Like, it was crazy. Bathrooms galore. It was crazy. Gym, everything. It's the first time I've ever seen anything like that in my life. And it kind of, at a young age, put things in perspective. Because I thought we were rich, but we lived in a townhouse in Maida Vale. And it's not a bad place. It was a nice place. 3-level house. It was nice. I thought, hey, this is where we live. Like, this is dope. And when you went to this dude's house, I was like, shit, man. Like, Mercedes-Benz all over the place. His dad was like a diplomat or what do they call them? Like, when they're like liaison to another country. I can't remember the name of it. But like foreign policy person or something like that. But, you know, they lived over here. And when you drove up to the house, I mean, it was like a 5-minute drive from their gate to their house. Like, it wasn't, and I mean 5 minutes counted out properly. Not like, oh, I'll be there in 5 minutes. You know what I mean? Like, literally, you had to look at your watch and watch it. Like, it's taking us 5 minutes to drive to the house. And it was nothing but woods and land as far as you could see. And I'm like, Jesus Christ, this is crazy. And it put things in perspective. Like, when I got home, and I said, not to say when I got home, I didn't appreciate the things I got. If anything, I appreciated them more. Because Adi Mola didn't have a PlayStation, but I did. You know what I'm saying? The first PlayStation that came out. You know, that's how old the fuck I am. But, you know, like, when you see these things, I was like, damn, like, but these kids thought I was on their level. I lived at their level. And they never came to my house. I wouldn't have it. I was like, I don't live like y'all. Like, I don't live like y'all. Like, it's different. But they saw my mom on TV every week. Or they saw my mom, you know, doing a show in Barcelona, and my mom was in Dubai before Dubai was Dubai, bro. Like, I saw things like that. Like, I was like, wow, like, we're rich, we're wealthy. Because every time I asked for something, you know, it's not like I got it straight away, but my mom she bust her ass to make sure I would. And that was always, you know, if I was doing good in school, that was the rules. That's your job, do good in school, you get what you want. And I would try my best. But, you know, I've seen it, bro. Like, I've seen it. I've come back and told you guys. So I remember I went to Japan, and, you know, I've been to Dubai, and I've sat in some of these, like, people's houses, and, you know, gold Range Rovers and stuff that's wrapped in 24 karat gold, and their rims are like 50-inch rims with fucking like gold on it and stuff. And you really see this stuff, and I'm like, oh my God. And so I've seen levels. So when I see some girl on Instagram talking about, you guys are triggered because you're on Android, I'm like, oh my God, really?
That's the thing as well. I know we're trying to like end it, but yeah, I can go on this all day, because
all day long, bro.
It's the exact same thing. Like, I know people that are footballers. I know people that are wealthy outside of football, nothing to do with football. Like, there are so many people that if you base your happiness on trying to be
money,
I'm not trying to say you shouldn't want to be like wealthy and give wealth to your children. I'm not trying to say that. So don't try and say that.
Don't get them on that.
But what I'm trying to say is that there's always going to be someone else that's more wealthier than you.
Yeah.
Unless you're, I don't know who the most wealthiest person.
Jeff Bezos is up there.
Yeah, Jeff Bezos, maybe.
Yeah.
Unless you're him.
You know about.
Yeah. There's probably like someone else that's probably like, nah.
Yeah, I'm sure there's like some.
Don't put me on that list. Yeah. But unless you're them, like, you're never gonna be, someone else can always say to you, now you're broke. Where's your 10 cars?
As far as we're concerned, we're all broke compared to Jeff Bezos. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like,
it's all relative, right?
Yeah, and that's the thing. I think, and that's the thing I'm trying to get to. It's like, put these things in perspective. All because you might be higher than the guys that are below you. There's always going to be that guy who's above you, and there's going to be guys who are above him. I always say to people, it's going to be somebody be faster, bigger, taller, stronger.
Yeah,
that's just the way that is. I'm not. Listen, I look in the mirror. That's my only opponent. I don't look at other people and say, "Oh man, I gotta be that guy." I look at myself and say, "You got to do better." I fight my laziness. I fight my inconsistencies. I fight the things that don't make me great, so that I can be great. Those days I don't want to get up early. I have to get up early anyway. I got to educate myself. I have to read. Those who are sitting there because you've had like a short windfall or you've made a little bit of money or what have you, that shit could be gone tomorrow. Click, done. I remember Rick Ross said, man, like, if I lost everything, but I kept my heart, I know I could get it all over again. That's a mentality to keep, because money is fleeting. Fame is fleeting. You know, money and fame and all these things that we're talking about, in the cars and the clothes and the houses and all that stuff. If you don't manage that properly or don't know how to, I mean, even Will Smith had to file for bankruptcy, the biggest movie star in the world at one point. Filed for bankruptcy when he first started out because he didn't know. He wasn't financially savvy. And when it's coming that fast, you don't pay attention to it. But it can be that and it's gone. I tell people all the time, when people talk shit, I be like, bro, I can show you how to spend $1 million real quick. Real quick.
Yeah, real quick, bro. People back to the, if you're going to round it back to the lottery.
Exactly.
People won the lottery, right?
And got broke.
And got 70 million or 100 million.
Yeah.
And spend that so quickly.
Bruh, I can show you how to spend this money real quick. You want a trick? Let's do it. Like, listen, so we going to go hit up Versace, Gucci, Fendi, Rolex, Audemars, Patek Philippe, all these places. We hit up all these. We gonna buy everything, bro. I tell you, by the time we finish shopping, you'll have 10 pounds to your name, and you'll be like, where did it all go? We'll go rent fucking yachts and go to different countries, the Amalfi Coast and all these stuff. The thing is, and it's I guess to some degree, we're looking at like rappers, like, oh man, they talk about these things, so I want to be like that, you know, or what have you in our culture. But listen, bro, that stuff don't come easy, man, and that stuff goes quick. All them bottles of champagne, it's all good when you spraying them on people, but sometimes you get that bill and you realize you ain't tricking like that. I saw one dude on Complex where they do like the sneaker thing with like a celebrity or a rapper or whatever, and they come and they look at sneakers. About one rapper saw the price of the sneakers, said, "You
these my boy." What's your name? You're not wearing a name tag.
Dami.
Nice to meet you, Dami. Corday.
Nice to meet you too.
What are the dogs?
So your total comes out to be $7,643.09.
Ah, them dunks was like 4 bands. Now you can take them joints off. That's like a 05 Honda for real. I don't even like. Yes, sir. What's my total now?
$3,263.
That sounds a lot better, Dami.
The check didn't come in like that this month. You can put those ones back too. I'm just gonna buy these two right here. And I'm like, you gotta respect it. Anybody who was cussing out saying, "Oh, this broke motherfucker," I'm like, y'all dumb, bro. He's smart. I'm not gonna live beyond my means. I'm not gonna be silly out here. And to end it, it's so important that from this video to anybody who watches this and people who take this information in, enjoy the journey. The journey is where you know, as a kid, you know, we scrape our knees and we might break bones, or we might learn hard lessons or get our ass whooped from our parents or whatever. Enjoy that journey. Enjoy this journey as an adult as you're trying to make it, because it's gonna be so much more sweeter when you get to that point where you're sitting in your house and you got the high ceilings and you got the art on the walls and whatever you're into, and you realize that nobody can take it from you because you did the hard yards and you learned as much as you possibly could on the road. Everybody told you you can't or you couldn't. It's not about disproving them. It's more so about, I'm gonna stick to my path. I'm gonna stick to what I'm doing. I'm gonna believe in what I'm doing. And don't let anybody tell you that you're triggered or you're hurt because you're not making the same money as them at that current. Listen, God forbid, because I don't wish bad on nobody, but one day that particular person might not have fuck all. And instead of you looking down at that person, you should teach that person how to get it back again. That's the main thing I think anybody should take from this video is enjoy this journey. You know, I live by the creed that no idea is a bad idea. It just needs to be tweaked. And enjoy what you're doing and enjoy every lesson that comes your way, because ultimately one day if you are consistent enough, you will get to where you want to get to. And it could happen very quick for you, but understand the lessons and the principles that you had to set in place before you got there. And don't change who you are because you got there. Get that information and share that information. Now, if you share it, that doesn't necessarily mean that other people are going to come up too. Some people are just ignorant or they don't want to listen. But there'll be 1 or 2 people who like, yo, I'm gonna listen to this guy, and they'll get it too. So, you know, as always, it's blurred lines, man, and you know, I this conversation can go on forever because it's such a like near and dear conversation to me, and I know to Raph as well. But yeah, man, it's blurred lines, man, and we thoroughly appreciate everybody who likes, comments, and subscribes, and new subscribers and old subscribers and stuff. We have so much content coming for you guys, so much new things coming. Check out Footy 258 if you're into football. Even if you're not into football, check it out anyway. Show some love over there. Man, you know, as always, if you didn't like it, well, I don't care.